Afghanistan is a country of strong contrast with high mountains, deserts, and green valleys. Despite years of hardship and war, the culture is rich and hope never truly fades.
Kreshma was born in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. But 4 years ago, at just 14, she left and moved to Australia.
It was really hard to live there, especially for us women and girls. After the Taliban took over, it was just they don't let the girls go to school anymore. So just to have a better future, have a better life, we had to escape Afghanistan and move to Australia.
The Afghan president has fled the country overnight after the Taliban entered Kabul.
In 2021, after decades of war, the Taliban regained control of Afghanistan, forcing the government at the time to flee the country.
The scenes we're seeing in Afghanistan, they're gut-wrenching.
The Taliban are an extremist religious group that believe in a strict interpretation of Islamic law. Since returning to power, they've placed severe restrictions on people's lives, particularly women. Under the Taliban, women are not allowed to go to school beyond year 6. In parts of the country, they are banned from speaking or showing their faces outside of the home. And just 7% of women in Afghanistan have a job. In many aspects, women have been erased from public life.
They're very strict about their rules. Whatever they say, you have to follow, otherwise. My relatives, my families, my friends, my best friend in Afghanistan, I have no contact with them anymore. They're not allowed to use social medias and stuff and have, contact people.
Since coming to Australia, Kreshma hasn't returned home. She says it would be too dangerous. But for tourists, it's a different story. The Taliban want them to come.
Welcome to Afghanistan, the land of untamed beauty. We're here in Welcome to Afghanistan!
This beautiful park here in Kabul, you wouldn't even think that such a place exists in Kabul.
A quick scroll through TikTok and you'll find a lot of travel videos spruiking the natural beauty and hospitality of Afghanistan.
Anytime you go anywhere in Afghanistan, this is what happens.
According to officials, the annual tourist numbers have grown from a touch under 700 in 2021 to more than 9,000 in 2024. And someone who has been helping those tourists discover the country is Samaya.
I'm really passionate about it, to meet people from different parts of the world. Italy, they will come from the USA, Russia, China, Taiwan, from all over the world.
Samaya lives in Herat in Western Afghanistan. And since 2023, she's been a tour guide, taking groups around her hometown and right across the country.
So we came to the Musalla complex, minaret from Timurid Empire.
I'm gonna show a positive picture. People are very hospitable, they are very kind, and totally they want foreigners and tourists to come to their country, to experience it, to understand, to know the culture.
The nature Afghanistan people are probably the kindest and the most hospitable people in the world.
Noor is also a tour guide who started his own travel company in 2015.
I tried to change the perspective about my country a little bit, because people were always talking about terrorism, about bad stuff going on around. We are a very rich country, very rich history, beautiful architecture, people, hospitality.
Noor was born in Afghanistan, but like Kreshma, has recently moved to Australia and now runs his company from Melbourne.
I'm just in the process of learning. I'm trying to practice Aussie accent. So it was quite a successful company, but in 2021, Taliban took over, unfortunately. We had to leave everything. And the company was banned until October 2022.
After more than a year of being shut down, Noor now has more than 20 staff in Afghanistan helping to facilitate tours. Some experts say it's not a surprise that companies like Noor's are back up and running.
The Taliban deeply, deeply want international recognition on so many levels. Afghanistan is an incredibly beautiful country. Having people come and recognise that and talk about that and try to normalise the situation in Afghanistan is a huge part of that plan. And I think that is part of what's problematic about this.
The funny thing is Taliban always claim we don't care about the Western world, but then they're very happy to pose with a foreign woman, a white woman, or a foreign journalist, or a YouTuber or a TikToker. And I'm like, you do care about validation, you know, especially like from the Western region.
The Australian government official travel advice for Afghanistan right now is do not travel, saying there's a very high risk you could be the target of a terrorist attack or kidnapping, and that there are no guarantees for your safety. But some travellers say, since the Taliban took over, the country has become safer and less violent.
Afghanistan isn't as dangerous as Western media portrays it to be.
But I think it's totally unfair to say this is the most dangerous country in the world.
So having fun is not banned in Afghanistan?
It's really safe. It's not dangerous at all, honestly.
This is a really common report that comes back saying, oh, I felt safe. Well, yeah, but who are you to feel safe in that context? The Taliban continues to fight very hard and continues to release decrees, and they're making a concerted effort targeting Afghan women's rights defenders, imprisoning them, disappearing them, torturing them in prison.
How many times do you see influencers getting guards, getting cars, getting escorted? How many women of Afghanistan have you seen getting the same sort of treatment? It's an unfair way to measure safety, because you get all the guards and the cars and the safety and the attention of the regime that wants you safe.
Kreshma has also seen tours to Afghanistan being promoted on social media. She says they frustrate her.
I've never seen a tourist in my life in Afghanistan, never ever. And when I saw people going to Afghanistan after the Taliban, I was really shocked. They're just kind of showing the world that, oh, the Taliban is better now. They're doing good things for people, but that's definitely not true. It just makes me feel really angry about the situation, yeah.
The economic situation in Afghanistan is dire. The average household earns under $2,500 a year. Almost 10 million people face severe food insecurity, and the country relies on humanitarian aid to prop up its economy. A recent earthquake in Kunar, which killed hundreds of people, showed how unprepared the country is to deal with natural disasters like this.
The sad reality is Afghanistan, even though has had those natural disasters and crises and climate changes happening as we speak, we're not ready. The regime is not yet ready. We don't have proper rescue teams. There is no female rescue teams. Second is our economy. It's a humanitarian economy, so I'm always scared if the world's attention goes beyond Afghanistan. What are we going to do? How are we going to sustain our mission? How are we going to sustain our country? How are we going to sustain our hospitals? You know, they don't have a national education strategic policy. Like, if you go to the education website, there is no policy. We don't know where our country is going to be in 5 years.
Noor says he does not want to support the Taliban, but tourism can really help the local economy.
We've been guiding more than 300 people just in 2024, just in 1 year. And none of them posted about Taliban, none of them promoted Taliban. We also don't like Taliban, to be honest, and we are not supposed to promote Taliban. But as I explained, it helps me, it helps my 20 friends that works with me, and it helps a lot of more people. You know, on the way we stop, we buy waters from little shops, we buy, you know, some people buy juice, some people buy energy drinks, some people polish their shoes, some people, you know, eating at the restaurants, local handicraft sellers. I'm not here to show Taliban to people. I'm here to show my country, my history, my people, and all those things.
To visit Afghanistan, tourists need to purchase a visa for anywhere between 120 and 220 Aussie dollars. That money goes to the Taliban. Most purchases within the country will also have a tax on it, and companies like Noor's and Samaya's will pay fees to the Taliban to ensure safety.
So normally they charge 10% taxes. So we have to pay that. We have to pay that to Taliban, and then we need to have the proper paperwork for the clients to take them around Afghanistan. There are lots of checkpoints. They stop on the way. We have to show them the paperwork.
The Taliban are everywhere. The Taliban are omnipresent, from the capital to the smallest village. They are more than the politicians and the police. They are the neighbourhood watch. They are the PTA. They are the school principal. They are everywhere. So there is absolutely no escaping them.
Hashdana says there are better ways to support the local people than tourism.
Follow up on work of people that are actually working in Afghanistan, that are supporting people in Afghanistan, that actually care about Afghanistan and have been around before the Taliban and are probably going to be around after the Taliban. Support their work, share their work, donate to their work, volunteer at their work. A lot of people need a lot of volunteer support. If you cannot be anything else but that, do all of those things. Do some research on Afghanistan, do research on the history of Afghanistan. Those are all ways you can help Afghanistan. So I'm not going to say, oh, please don't go to Afghanistan, because maybe somebody would be fair and just. But at the same time, when you do travel back, do justice to that land, to the people, to the sacrifices, by showing the real picture.
I just miss everything about Afghanistan, all those old memories and family time, friends.
Kreshma isn't sure when or if she'll be able to visit Afghanistan again. She's in year 12 and wants to study dentistry at uni. She hopes at some point that women back home get the same opportunity as her.
When I see no one is saying, oh, you're not allowed to do this, or you cannot do this, and I just feel so guilty about that. A nation cannot thrive when half of its population is pushed into darkness, dependency, and silence. So I wish the girls in Afghanistan had the same chance, the same opportunity as I have in this country.